Hi and welcome, it's Megan here. Today I'm going to be talking about how to stay positive, how to stay motivated. These are things that I continuously work on every single day, and I figured I'd share them with you just because recently I haven't been as positive and as motivated as I have in the past, and I figured that some people are also feeling this way with everything that's going on in the world. So I figured I'd share what I'm doing to help get back into a positive and motivated mindset. So yeah, definitely let me know down in the comments below if you are feeling the same way. Talk about it. So yeah, if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. So let's get into it. First things first, and this will help you stay positive, will help you stay motivated, is to have goals. And I know that seems super self-explanatory, but even if it's just small goals of things that you want to achieve next week or just within the next year, or if it's big goals of things you want to achieve in your life, it's just nice to, you have to have a goal and define them in your life so that way you have something to stay motivated for, you have something to look forward to, you have something to push you to do better. And if you don't focus on your goal and you let it kind of phase out, either because you aren't thinking about it or you just didn't clearly define your goal, your motivation may diminish, or it's harder to stay positive when things aren't going as fabulous in life. So the next one is to make a plan. And when I say this, I don't mean like sit down and think, okay, these are my goals, here are my plans to achieve them. It's more of like, it could just be a plan of, I'll use for instance my goal of wanting to grow my YouTube channel. And with that goal, I know that in order to grow my YouTube channel, I need to post frequently, I need to interact with my audience, I need to share my videos on different social media platforms and all of that stuff. So it's just like a simple guide to, okay, these are the things you have to do to get the goal, because a lot of times the goals aren't gonna just appear, you have to do something to get them. So if you have a mental note, or you can write it down if you'd like, if you have a mental note of what it takes to reach your goal, like a somewhat of a plan, it makes it easier to kind of stay on track, so to speak, if that makes sense. Or just the next one is just to focus on that feeling of achieving. So what I mean by this is focus on how you would feel when, not if, when you have achieved that goal that you have in mind. By bringing in that feeling every day, you're able to, it'll help you stay positive for one, because you're in a feeling of, you know, gratitude. You're excited that's you're excited that it's happened, but also it helps you stay motivated because you're like, I can't wait to really feel this when I really have reached that goal. I really did that, you know. And feelings are really important, and they also help to bring things into your life. So definitely focus on the feeling of achieving. This is something that's a little harder for me, and it has been recently, but it's very important. It's to find the good in every day. So what I do with this is, like, sometimes you just have a bad day. Sometimes you do stuff that you don't necessarily want to do, or things happen that you're just like, WTF. But like, always something good that happened that day. Whether it's you woke up that day, you were able to help somebody, you had a great laugh with one of your friends or family members, you got to talk to someone you haven't talked to in a while. There was something good that happened that day, whether it was huge or not, whether it compared to whatever bad thing that happened, it doesn't matter. You have to focus on the good that happens, and that's something that is sometimes harder for me to do, especially on a day, if I have a day that isn't the best. But I do notice that when I focus, I'm like, you know what, even though my day wasn't that great, I do remember this one moment that was actually really awesome. Like, I felt really good about that. And it just changes your whole mindset for the day when you focus on the good thing that happened rather than the bad. Next is to just be realistic with yourself. Just make sure you know yourself and know what you are going to do and what you are able to push yourself to do. It doesn't make sense to make goals and you know, like, I'm not gonna do that to reach the goal, because then you're not ever going to get to that goal, if you know it's something, there's like a, let's say for instance, you don't really love, okay, let's use the goal of you want to have awesome, like pop-in YouTube channel. It grows, it's awesome, right? But you as a person, you don't like filming yourself. You don't like what you look like on camera. You don't like filming yourself. It makes you uncomfortable. That's not necessarily the best goal for you. Maybe your goal should be having a pop-in podcast or something that doesn't involve you having to film yourself, if that makes sense. That's what I mean by knowing yourself and understanding what you are willing to do and what you want to do as well to reach the goals. Next is to visualize those goals. So for me, it helps me to have like a vision board. I make it at the beginning of the year with all of my goals, and I save a screenshot on my phone as like my lock screen. So I'll show you like just a quick snippet. Okay, that's my vision board for this year. And then I also have one that's similar on my computer, like my laptop screen in the background. And this is just something that I see every day, so it allows me to think, oh wow, look, there's that. I haven't achieved that goal yet. That's something great to focus on. That's gonna happen this year, yay. And so if it helps you to visualize things by making a vision board or making a list of all your goals, or even just to sit and just think about them, whatever it is that you like to do, just visualize. It's really important, and it really helps you to stay focused and motivated towards reaching those goals because you're able to see them. Next one is to have an attitude of gratitude. As you can tell, I liked watching The Secret. But no, an attitude of gratitude. I've noticed that on weeks and days when I'm super full of gratitude, more things that make me even more happy, even more thankful, continue to happen. And so when you constantly have that sense of, I'm grateful that this happened, I'm grateful that this happened, it blocks out the negative stuff, or diminishes it, so to speak, and it brings more things for you to be grateful for into your life. And I feel like that's something that helps you to stay motivated and positive, just because when you're focused on things you're thankful for, that's when you start to realize, wow, like this is actually really good. I thought, you know, I was having like a bad day, or like my life isn't like what I expected. But when you really sit and think of all the things that, even if it's something little, like things that are small, you're thankful for like your phone and your friends, and just things that you kind of, I wouldn't say take for granted, but it's a lot of times the things you take for granted that you realize are super big and are ways for you to feel that sense of gratitude on a regular basis if you're having a hard time finding things to be grateful for. It just helps promote a more positive life, and then you're able to see how they achieved their goals, how they did this, and it's somewhat motivating to surround yourself with positive people. So whether it's family members, friends, the people you interact with on a regular basis, whether it's your social media, if you see stuff on your social media and it's not always positive and you don't want to, it's like continuously negative, unfollow those people. If it's like your friends that you talk to regularly, they're not really feeling it and they're always negative and you're trying to push them to be more positive, maybe talk to them less. Don't necessarily cut them off, because they probably need your positivity in their life as well. But it's really hard to stay positive and motivated when you're surrounded by negative people. It's whatever your preference is, but you want to surround yourself with other people and other things, I guess, podcasts, books that are positive as well, and they're pushing you to be positive. Next is to push out the negative thoughts. Anytime I have a negative thought and I'm aware of it, I tell myself, ugh. I go like, nope, and then I think of literally something very related to it that makes it positive. For example, just because I'm gonna share, and I'm always very transparent in my videos, my job that I do. So sometimes I talk to people and they really make me upset, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this is too much. But then the way that I push the negative feeling after someone has like really been angry with me or something like that, the way I push it away is I'm just like, I'm thankful I have a job, especially right now. I'm thankful, you know, that I was able to help the person who called before them. You see what I'm saying? And so then it puts you in a different headspace, just because if you focus on negative things, more of it comes. And so if I catch myself thinking something negative, I try to just right then be like, nope. And literally that exact thing that I thought was negative, I find a way to make it positive, and that's really helped me out a lot with staying positive and motivated. Finally, the last one is just to reflect over your day, journal your thoughts, journal your goals and things that are happening. I've noticed that when I sat and started to reflect over my day or reflect over my week, there were so many small goals or small things that I wanted in my life that I was actually achieving, and I didn't even realize it because I wasn't really focused on, oh yeah, I did that, you know? Like it's literally small stuff. And I feel that that helps you to stay motivated because you're like, wow, I achieved that, and like this happened for me. I can definitely push forward and get that huge goal that I've been working on for the last year. It's gonna happen this year, you know? So those are things that I'm doing to help stay more positive and motivated. I feel like these things have really helped me in the past when I was more positive and motivated, and they've been working recently to get me back on track. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any other tips for staying positive or motivated, or both, and we can talk about everything that's going on in our lives and how we're working on our positive and motivated mindsets. So yeah, if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.